Hi, I'm James Nelson, Vice Chairman of Cushman & Wakefield, and I'm here to bring you the Nelson Reports October 2016 video exclusive. In my most recent blog, I talked about what happens when the sum of the parts are worth more than the whole. You know, owners today should think about, if they have a mixed-use property, maybe selling off a portion separately or several pieces. Behind me is a property at 200 East 11th Street. We sold this property a few years back at $57 million. We then turned around and sold off the retail for $24,350,000. Now, the buyer, Benchmark Real Estate, was interested in the residential portion, but we were able to identify a buyer, Hub NYC, whose specialty was retail. With Benchmark purchasing the property and then selling off the retail, they were actually able to lower their basis in the residential down to the low 700s a square foot, which was a very attractive basis for them. Now, we've had a couple other situations very similar to this. In fact, on the Upper West Side, I have the reverse situation where we have an owner-user who wishes to retain the retail as a retail condo for their own use while we sell off the residential portion above. We've also seen a lot of this with not-for-profits when they have excess air rights that they want to monetize. We've had developers come in and build new buildings for them and to deliver back to them a community facility condo at no cost. Now, the key to this is how best to structure this, because the Attorney General's office will not let you offer a condominium portion of a property before you've actually gone through and completed a full condominium plan. Many times what happens is that there is a long-term net lease on the portion of the property that you wish to sell off, and then once the condo plan has been approved off, then that net lease then evaporates and the condo takes place. You know, there's also a lot of talk, and in the past we saw sale leasebacks when an owner wanted to retain all or a portion of their property. But today you have to be very careful because of new FASB reporting. Oftentimes an owner who then converts to a tenant, their lease obligation might become a liability for the entire length of their lease. Now, this is definitely something that you should always defer to an accountant on, but that structure I told you where the owner retains a portion of the building as a condominium might be more favorable from a tax perspective. So we're starting to see a lot more of this. I even remember a few years back when Stonehenge and SL Green bought a big portfolio on the Upper East Side where SL Green ended up with the retail and Stonehenge with the residential above. It makes a lot of sense because sometimes buyers who specialize in a certain asset class, they can pay more for a piece of it than maybe a generalist for the whole. And we've seen this also with hotels. You looked at Extel selling off a portion of 157 to Hyatt, and also Keystone sold off a retail condo before selling off office condos. But above all, you have to be careful because sometimes buyers who want an entire portion of the property will not look at something if the retail is sold off because they want to control all aspects of the property. And it is true, if you have an undesirable use for the retail, it might impact the value of the property above. So a lot of things to think about. As always, I'm here as a resource for you all and happy to discuss further. I look forward to being in touch. Thank you.